little U's for muscles for the abs,
Yeah,
just like
for the
you
ads.
gotta,
Just
and it's like a 12 pack. Like you got too
yeah,
many abs. Like it's
he got a pack
impossible.
of rolls for ads.
Yeah, they got they got the Sister Schubert's, the
Yeah,
Hawaiian.
the
Just
Hawaiian
put a
sweet rolls.
Hawaiian sweet roll. 25 years old. If that was your first car and it's 25, man,
Yeah,
forget it, dude. Like
thing
it
done.
ain't gonna make it. Just put it
Hanging
in the
on by a
scrap.
thread.
Yeah, put it in the heap. Scrap it with the rest of us.
Yeah.
The rest of I'm this close to the scrap heap, bro. There's throw me in there.
No E, only single E at the end, all together.
I think I'm gonna do that, Joe Angel. I think I'm gonna put an apostrophe somewhere in the middle of my name. I'll let you guess where we're gonna put it, but I want to add one.
Put it before the O. Salvat or
Salvat. We're in, what is
TiVo
this?
starting to fill up right now.
Yeah, my mind TiVo. Like you just I'm watching stuff and then I'm like, I have to go back and then I'm watching like I have to pick up a show and I'm like, oh gosh, like these are running into each other,
Yeah.
and I don't know if I've already watched this episode, so I'll have to watch a
Can't
whole
remember what
like,
happened on this one or
yeah. Who's that? What's his
yeah.
name? Is that Michael Jackson? I don't know. Like I can't remember anything. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Old people stuff, man.
Oh, people, things. I gotta take my
Trying to
medicine at
make
4 o'clock.
yeah.
I got dinner at 5, Joe Angel.
Got dinner at
So
5.
I, I go to
Got dinner
sleep
at
at
5.
6.
We got to be made at 6.
I'm in bed by 6. Oh, like oh, people stuff.
Old people stuff. All right, here we go. Kenichi. In 3, 2, and 1. Hey everybody, welcome back to Anime Me Pod. It's me, Joe Angel, with my co-host Sal, and we are still here kicking it in 2025.
It's gonna be 2025 all year, Joe Angel. I don't know
All
if you know
year.
this.
If he does. See, that's the whole thing is like when people ask, like, how long can you keep saying Happy New Year? Like, what is the length of that? Is it the week
Hmm.
after? Can you get into the second week after? Is it the month? Like,
I'm
people's
going
very
half the year. I'm gonna go half the year till
half
like
the year.
June or July is a new year,
Yes,
and then by July you're like halfway through the year. So now you're like, it's no
but
longer
it's
new anymore.
like you can still say it in the spring because the Chinese New Year is in April, I think. So it's
January,
like
February, March, April. Yeah,
I
that's a
think
good
the
long
Chinese New
while,
Year's
man.
is in April. You got the American in January. So it's
Everybody I
like
know, they've already jumped off of the Happy New Year. But
Happy
maybe
New
it's just because it's not so happy anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Year. It wasn't
Like
really a happy
it,
feeling.
it wasn't, dude. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. This does not feel happy.
You know
This
what?
Happy New
It's
Year.
because it's 2025. Like when you hit 25, that's when you start to realize, like, oh hey, I'm not young anymore. I'm getting old.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to realize things. Body's starting to go out right now. So
Yeah,
it
hey,
is
you
what it
got
is.
weak knees,
Yeah.
you got your back hurts. Candy's not as good anymore.
And lights dying and going out inside.
Yeah. I mean, like think about it. Think if somebody handed you anything that was 25 years
Yeah.
old, you'd be like,
You're like,
get this old thing out of here.
yeah,
I don't
this is out of date. What are you still
they
doing with this?
yeah, I mean like think about it. Like a computer 25-year-old computer, obsolete.
That obsolete, dog.
A car 25 years old, if that was your first car and it's 25, man,
Yeah,
forget it, dude. Like
thing
it
done.
ain't gonna make it. Just put it
Hanging
in the
on by a
scrap.
thread.
Yeah, put it in the heap. Scrap it with the rest of us.
Yeah.
The rest of I'm this close to the scrap heap, bro. There's throw me in there. Though I am looking forward. I mean, as the future progresses, I'm gonna need some of these robotic parts. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like
yeah, robot
robot
knees.
legs, robot knees.
Mm.
robot elbow. I mean, can you hear it? Let me see. If you can you hear the pop in my elbow?
Hear the click.
The click, everything clicks, dude. Like I can't. Everything's popping and clicking. Real quick, oh wait, we're doing the podcast. I'll talk about this later. Let's go for it.
Yeah, let's go for it. What is this podcast about?
This is Animemi, okay? Animemi is a podcast where we teach you how to watch and love anime one episode at a time.
One episode at a time, y'all. And to finish out our Gainsey mashup of getting swole, getting strong, getting that
Getting
spread,
ripped.
getting
Y'all,
ripped, we have Kenichi, the mightiest disciple.
is it the Mightiest Disciple? Why did I
Yeah,
write down the
it's like because it's one of those titles where it's like the second tagline. It's like the main,
uh-huh,
Kenichi,
uh-huh.
and then the mightiest disciple is like in the small print.
I wrote down the Mightiest Warrior. Just don't know
Nice.
why. I'm making up
It
stuff
could
now.
be, hey, it's translations. Sometimes they'll say warrior, sometimes they'll say disciple.
I think you're right. It's Disciple. So
Chat GPT don't know what to feed it.
I mean, that's all made up stuff too, man. That's all made up
Yeah,
stuff too. All
all
right,
made up, man.
this isn't made up. I'm gonna give us a synopsis and then we'll go, right?
Go.
Okay, so Kenichi, the mightiest disciple, not warrior. Kenichi, who has been bullied but wishes to be strong, joins karate club upon entering senior high school. However, he gets picked on by the other pupils in the club every day. One day, Kenichi meets Miyu, a beautiful girl who has just transferred from another high school. On Miyu's suggestion, Kenichi decides to be a disciple of. Okay, here we go. Ryuzan Ryuzan Paku. Yikes. I don't know how to say that. A mysterious training establishment, Kenichi could not imagine the brutal training he receives from the martial arts art masters there. However, now Kenichi is marked by Ragnarok, a street gang group, and he is constantly defending himself from them.
From
That's a long synopsis, and yes, I still haven't learned how to read. And it's 2025, baby. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna
ain't gonna
happen this
happen.
year. I mean,
If it
maybe,
hasn't happened, if it hasn't happened now, it's not never gonna happen.
it is never gonna happen. It's gonna be what it is. Uh, dude, this show, where's my, I don't have my recording, but if I did have my little recorder, I would put in here, holy purple lady spandex. You don't know what that's about, then you didn't watch the Sode. Holy purple lady spandex.
Holy purple lady spandex.
This this show is I say it every time. This is anime, Joe Angel. I mean,
Oh yeah.
this is anime. I'm talking like even from like the little you've used the word mouth flap.
Yeah, the mouth flaps.
This puts mouth flap, it takes mouth flap to the next level, dude. Like it's like when people talk about like watching anime and the difference between like American cartoons and
Yeah.
Japanese animation, the mouth is such an interesting
Detail.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Like
it's
the mouth, the nose, the eyes, like
and it's not even that though. Like it's interesting that because like there's so many different like studios that produce all these shows and do all their own drawings and people who are doing their own manga and doing their own drawings, but they're all a little similar.
yeah,
Like,
within the same realm as like
yeah, they have
basics.
the same kind of basics. Like, okay, well, we're gonna give the kid spiky hair,
Yeah.
and we're gonna give the girl blonde hair and other physical attributes. We won't go into. I'm not allowed. We don't want to get
Not
bleeped.
allowed.
We don't want to get the censors on us. But like there is it's a look. It's definitely it's such an interesting thing that is such a look. Like it's just like he's gonna have big eyes, a tiny mouth, and sometimes a big mouth that's half his face. It this is I put
Some
on here straight up silliness, bro.
silliness.
Right? Straight up
Yeah.
silliness. Let's see here. I got some stuff written down here. I put down PDA. What year is this?
PDA.
I started looking at he runs into this bully. So
Yeah.
what's our protagonist's name? His name
Uh,
is
Kenichi.
Kenichi. Yes, Kenichi. Which,
Yeah,
by the way, they
NC.
spell it Ken, and then there's like a capital
Yeah,
ICH,
it's kind of weird.
lowercase I. And I was like,
Yeah,
is that just like where we put the emphasis on maybe?
I guess so. Because
Or
even like there'll be some I've seen some where it's the Ken Ken, then
mm-hmm.
apostrophe capital ICHI.
Okay. Okay, so maybe they're doing
So
this like in place of the
yeah, which
apostrophe,
I've
just
seen people with like have an apostrophe in their names too. Like
like in real life.
like
Like in real
yeah, in
life.
real life. Yeah.
Well, you know what? You could probably, I mean, Joe-san, you could
Yeah.
actually technically put an apostrophe in yours. Or is yours a capital A in the middle of yours?
Yeah, mine's the JO capital A and then the rest of it.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
people
So,
assume there's a E or assume it's spaced out. It's like,
hmm
nah, it's no E, only single E at the end, all together.
I think I'm gonna do that, Joe Angel. I think I'm gonna put an apostrophe somewhere in the middle of my name. I'll let you guess where we're gonna put it, but I want to add one.
Put it before the O. Salvat or
Salvad or
or,
or Taurus.
Taurus.
I like that. You know what else I like is this Spock character slash Waluigi. Like, what is up with? I know this show is old school because of the bullies. You know, like there was
Yeah,
something about like 90s to early 2000s bullies were like
had a
living
look.
it up. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You were like, if you were a bully back in the 90s and 2000s, you kind of probably were living the high life a little bit. You had extra
yeah.
lunch money. You were
Oh yeah. This is
king of
when
the
bullies were
castle.
kings.
Yeah, yeah, they were kings. You know what I'm saying? Like we all knew it was a bully, and you just
Yeah,
let kind of like let it be. Like,
yeah,
okay, he's just a bully, and that's how he is, and I'm gonna
yeah.
try to live my life. Now bullies don't get away with this kind of stuff anymore, you know, like
Yeah,
but this
this is
guy, I
before the
mean,
time of like fighting back.
yeah, yeah. Which hopefully this guy will fight back. He pulls out the PDA. The bully pulls out the PDA and he's
Yeah.
like, I'm keeping stats on people. It had me think though,
That's how
Joe
you should.
Angel.
You need to get a PDA so you can take your notes. So you can keep your
Yeah,
notes on the PDA.
I kind of want to. I kind of want to like uh try to figure out my own stats. Like
Yeah,
what are your stats? You know what I'm saying? Like if we
yeah.
were putting the stat line, because he's got like what did he have on there? Like
He
motor
had
skills. What do you have? You remember?
athletic skills.
Uh-huh.
He had grades,
Uh-huh.
popularity, looks.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Uh,
Did he give what did he give him
yeah,
an F? He gave him an
an
F like
F.
you're an F
Give him the
F
yeah lowest of the low.
the lowest of the low. Like this guy is his nickname was weak knees, weak
Yeah,
knees.
he's
I'm like, but I started thinking, I was like, what are my stat lines? You know, and we've
yeah.
watched a couple of these animes and they have like the different kind of
Stats and
stats and you know, but I'm like,
yeah, like it's like
uh,
solo leveling. Jinru had he was the lowest of the
mhm,
low, but now he's like ranking it up.
uh-huh, uh-huh. I mean, I'm with this guy. I'm with Kenichi though, man. I was filling up water in a water jug the other day and my arms were getting weak from holding the water jug up. I was like, man,
Yeah,
this is a 1 gallon jug.
a
And
1 gallon jug.
I'm shaking, I'm
Jug.
shaking. Let's see here. I got this written down. Me, you, camera angles. That's all I wrote down. That's all I'll say about that. There's this PE class is no joke. Do you think do they have like karate or karate in like PE? Like that's like a common
uh,
thing? You
no,
know, like
so that whole thing is part of the like club systems they have in Japan.
hmm
So like we have like just sports. Like if you're in high school, you're either football, basketball, whatever. It's not really called a club. It's just like a sport.
hmm
But in Japan, they're actually like sports. Like they dictate them as clubs. So like they have karate, they have kendo, judo clubs, they have the music club. Like all the extracurricular activities are like kind of known as clubs. And
Mm-hmm.
so because there's like they have actual like PE and stuff, but
Yeah.
then they have the separate clubs which are like the sports.
What do you think? It's
So
like an
so
after
you
school
could
program?
yeah, it could be like after school or during school, depending like wherever. It's like I said, Japanese school system's a whole lot different than the American school system. Whereas I think they're longer, I think in the day, but the way they do the classes is the teacher's the one who changes
Mm-hmm.
rooms instead of the students. I think their school years are different. I think they actually it's almost like an all year thing. I think, but they
Mm-hmm.
have breaks like different breaks in between. It's not as long as like so different as the American like system
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to school breaks, where it's like we got that what 2 months, 2.5
Yeah.
months
Uh-huh.
of free
Uh-huh.
time. I
And
think
then
theirs
the
is like
winter break. Yeah.
yeah, I think theirs is more like you get like 2 weeks or whatever breaks in between. I think, but yeah, so all that's like after school or during school, depending on the school. I think.
Oh, you know what else they have differently over there in Japan is in freshman classes, they're allowing 40-year-old freshmen. That
It's a grown
that
man right there.
Daimanji, I wrote his name.
Yeah,
Daimanji is 40 years old. He's like, I'm a freshman, you're a freshman. I'm like, excuse me, sir. You
Excuse
grown
me.
dang man. You a
What is
grown
this?
dang.
41 Jump Street?
Yeah, that guy is a narc. You know what I'm saying? Like he's he's back in school undercover as a cop, man. Like there's no way this guy's in. He's whooping the heck out of him. And nobody even stops. Like, who's the teacher in this class? There ain't no teacher, no master, no nothing. They're just like, hey, destroy this kid. Like he's
Destroy
like
this kid.
whooping. Yeah.
Literally wiping the floor with them.
Literally he did. He literally he had to clean the floor and then he
Yeah.
wiped the floor up from being clean from it. I wrote down guitar solo breaks. So now, okay, so I didn't look up the year of this show, but I'm like, all right, guitar solo breaks
Yeah.
in the beginning and the end, like there's guitar solo everywhere in this thing.
Everywhere.
PDAs, bullies, questionable drawing angles. Sailor Moon is in there. I definitely saw Sailor Moon in there. uh where do I find this urban survival handbook? he, he mentions
He's
yeah.
I'll say he's got like every how to book
Yeah,
in his bag.
yeah. That is not a good look.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was like a bully light, you know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
didn't mean to be a bully, but I just so happened like, so if I would have saw this kid and I saw all these how-to books, I'd be like, I gotta make some jokes about this, baby. I'm sorry.
It was it was more or less because we came out like the roasting era where it
Yeah.
wasn't really bullying. We were just like roasting each other.
This is true. Yeah, you know what? That is very true. Like, if you couldn't fight back physically,
Yeah.
you could fight back with your words,
With them
and
words.
yeah, you could stop a bully in his tracks as long as there are people around, and you had
Yeah.
like a good quip, like, your face looks like ham, and then everybody's like, "Oh
Oh,
snap! It does look like ham. This man's got a
oink
ham
oink.
face." Yeah, and it's like, ah. And now he's like, I don't know, doing something
Traumatized.
terrible. Yeah, for the rest of his life. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, seventh grade kid. Like I was in seventh grade too. What do you want to do? Uh, let's see here. Let's see here. This is how I draw muscles when I was a kid. I feel like
Yeah.
the way these. So once again, going back in the day,
Yeah.
like the whole like big triangle looking, tall legs. This is how I drew things in the 90s. I'm like
Yeah.
all the muscles and the way they all looked. So I'm getting closer to what year this came out.
Which I think that was just kind of like a global thing almost, because even in like old American cartoons,
Yeah.
like we had like He-Man and stuff, like it was all like
Uh-huh.
the big muscles.
Yeah. Big broad
Yeah.
shoulders and like little little U's for muscles for the abs,
Yeah.
just like
For the
you
ass,
gotta
just
and it's like a 12 pack. Like he got too
Yeah,
many abs. Like it's
he got a pack
impossible.
of rolls for abs.
Yeah, they got they got the Sister Schubert's, the
Yeah,
Hawaiian.
the
Just
Hawaiian
put a
sweet rolls.
Hawaiian sweet roll. That a don't. That's not how you get them. Don't eat Hawaiian sweet
Yeah,
rolls and think you're gonna get. Those are gonna get different kinds of rolls. Okay.
yeah.
Let's see here. I wrote down this man's hair. I don't know what that. I think it was the master guy. Like he had eyebrows. I don't know. Like I've seen this drawn, or I've seen this before in like old kung fu movies where them like an old master's eyebrows
Yeah.
were like, man, I would. That can't be like it's been portrayed, but is it real? Like, could you actually is have you ever seen a man, a person with eyebrows that look like a mustache? You know what I'm saying? Like a mustache, like you got
I've
mustache
seen
here
some
and you got
people with
mustache
like
here.
pretty thick eyebrows.
Yeah, thick eyebrows.
I've
You know,
seen,
I
yeah,
think of Eugene Levy has these like
yeah,
he's got Velcro right here.
yeah. But
But as far as
it's
it,
usually like a line, but it's not like because usually they're like thick, but then like
yeah,
crazy angle.
like you could brush it, like you could
Yeah,
brush. You're having to use hair products
on the eyebrow.
on the eyebrows. You're not using just regular old zest. This is
No.
pa- Pantene Pro V
Yeah,
herbal essence. Let's see here. This okay. The exit song on here. I wrote down Bobby Womack or Neil
yeah.
Diamond. Like this is an old school exit song. This song is like you could probably chalk it up to karaoke music. It's a little bit karaoke-ish. So let
Yeah.
me I'm gonna go ahead and guess, Jones. This anime came out in 98. That's my guess. We don't have to
That's the
play the
guess.
game. That's the guess. Oh, and my last thing was, is this for kids?
Early
I don't
guess.
know if is this for kids? I don't know. We've been meaning that we need to like we've been talking about how we need to like put
Say
down,
like, yeah,
yeah,
kids
if
are
this
okay,
is
or it's not okay for kids.
I don't know. Okay. So, anyways, the man is a bully. He runs into Miyu. Miyu's this girl. I don't know how old she is, but she's a grown woman, by the way, and she is the mightiest warrior. Kenichi,
Yeah.
not the mightiest warrior.
Nah,
That it's
far
a
from it.
mislead. Yeah, he's the least. Like he is the most weak you could ever see anybody. Like he can't walk without tripping. He
Nah.
can't open a door because he's not strong enough to open doors. You know, like, the weakest, bro. The
Bruh.
weakest. You know, listen to this. Kenichi needs to get on this podcast and watch our. Um, how heavy are your dumbbells?
Yeah. He's learning.
And
Gets muscle mass on.
get some muscle mass, eat some protein,
Yeah.
get with it.
Get with it. Yeah, he's like it's like it's almost like saying bullying gives a positive effect because it pushes him to become stronger and to like
Yeah,
because even like with Dajimon, because he's in the karate club and their freshmen aren't supposed to use equipment. And
yeah,
so once everybody leaves, Kenichi is like looking at the punching bag, hits it. Dajimon's still there, like, "Hey, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be using this."
yeah.
And he says, bullying him. He's like, "Hey, just quit, quit the club. I hate weaklings like you. Quit." It's like we'll shake on it. That's a man to man deal. We'll shake on it. And
Mm-hmm.
Kenichi's all like, he just pushes his hand aside. And he's like, "So if I become stronger, I could stay in." And Daishimon's
Uh-huh.
like, "What?" He's like, "No." He's like, "I'm trying to like get you out of here. I'm telling you, you're a weakling. Like you can't do it." It's like, you know what? I'll give you a week. At the end of the week, I'm gonna end your life, basically, if you don't quit.
Once again, bullying.
Yeah,
Very few times does it work to inspire. You know, Sonic the
yeah.
Hedgehog, the first movie was
The
probably
first
one of
one,
the only. You know, that's inspiration. You know, we've
yeah.
The internet inspired them to make a better Sonic the Hedgehog. Kenichi being bullied is going to become a better Kenichi. He's going to become
Better Kenichi,
the mightiest disciple.
the Mightiest. Which,
Do
by the
we
way,
want
in the beginning, I don't know if you saw. I think he was reading Comey because in the
what?
beginning he's reading the book where it says 100 ways how to make 100 friends. So I was
Oh,
like, is this man reading Comey?
I did not see that. He drops like 4 or 5 books, and they're all like
Yeah.
inspirational books. There's even one that has a DVD or something in
Yeah.
it. And I was like, "Dang, this guy is really
Getting
asking to
in
be
it.
bullied. He's
Yeah.
asking to be bullied. He's like, I mean, like at least 50 pounds of books in the back of that
Yeah.
in that backpack of just like how to be
Different.
friends with people, how to not be
How to do,
awkward.
yeah. How to do
Yeah, I
this, how
mean,
to do that.
it's don't do self-help books, okay? You can't help yourself, okay?
You
Because you
can.
are a loser.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh man.
All right, Joe Angel, give me
Uh,
some facts about this show, and we'll talk about the rest of the show because we kind of skimmed
uh,
it, but that's all right.
yeah. All right. So some of the facts about this show. So Kenichi started off as a manga, of course. What other way to make it more anime than to be a manga?
Of course.
Um, and it came out in. So here's the thing. This is actually a remake of another manga
Interesting.
that had came out. So the author is Siyun Matsuena, and they had created a story called "Fight Ryo Zanpaku: History's Strongest Disciple" that
Wait, wait,
came
wait.
out.
Say that again. Ryo's
So
Paku, because I tried to say it earlier and I couldn't say it.
Ryo Zanpaku,
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good.
yeah.
I'll let you do that.
So so that came out in from 1999 to 2002, and it came out in Shogakukan's monthly magazine Shonen Sunday Super. So it ran for 28 chapters. But then in April 2002, the creator remade it into Kenichi the Mighty Disciple, and that ran in that went over to Weekly Shonen Sunday magazine, and it ran all the way till September of 2014.
Why would
So
they
it was,
come back to remake it? Like, is it because I mean, I guess maybe he wrote it and didn't want
yeah,
to and wanted to change some of the story, or
I think so because I went and looked it up, looked at the old manga and stuff, and it does have like the designs are kind of the same, the characters are pretty much all the same, kind of the same, almost kind of plot as far as Kenichi, being bullied and becoming stronger.
hmm
But they do change some stuff, like how him and Miyu meet, the bullions. Like it has some stuff that's different, but I think it's more to expand and expunge on some stuff. Because like I said,
hmm
it ran longer than the what it was remade of, and so I think it was one of those things where he wanted to kind of revamp his own story.
yeah,
Because I mean, it's just like nowadays we get a lot of remakes and stuff, but so
okay, that makes sense.
yeah. And so we have the anime, which came out in October of 2006.
You know, I wasn't too far off on, by the way,
Nah, we were too
on
far
my
off.
on my years, right?
Yeah,
Like
nah.
anime,
Like I said, it still
manga.
has some of that old school feel to it, but
Hmm
so that ran all the way till September of 2007, and it has a total of 50 episodes. So just
So is
one
that
long
like,
run.
is it one long run? They don't. This is like a just an arc and that's it, or is it like Is
Almost,
that
yeah.
broken up?
It's
Is that
like
broken up?
it's basically kind of what the whole synopsis is. Like it's him training, becoming stronger, learning from the different masters, but also having to fight this like underground Foot Clan type organization.
Why? Like, like they run into each other, or they run into the bullies in the street. I'm
Yeah.
like, they're picking on an old man for no reason.
No
Like
reason.
it wasn't like, "Hey, old man, you your family is." They were just like,
Yeah.
"You're an old, and I don't like
You're old. Get out the
that."
way, old man. Yeah.
Yeah, you should be not old. Get out of here.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's like 50 episodes. Like I said, I actually watched this a long time ago.
Hmm.
Watched it all the way. Um and like I remember watching it back in the day and being like, I mean, it's pretty just like we said, basic anime. Like
It's anime. It's
yeah,
this is
yeah,
anime.
it's
Yeah, yeah,
anime.
yeah.
You know,
I'm
it's
trying. I want to
typical
be.
shonen anime.
Yeah, I want to be stronger. Like I'm gonna level up.
Yeah, learning techniques. And like each boss he fights, he like learns the specific technique to beat that boss from the different variations that he's
Hmm.
learning
Hmm.
from.
Okay,
Um,
that's what I kind of
and
feel.
then yeah, but there's also an OVA that came out uh, called Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple, The Attack of Darkness, which is kind of basically a sequel to the main series. So it's like there's only 11 episodes of it, and so the 11 episodes came out between March 2012 and May 2014. So it's almost like a 2 year span to release this kind of sequel 11 episode uh, part of Kenichi, which basically was just kind of going more into like I think the deeper part of the organization or another organization that had came about.
what year was that released? Did you say?
So that was released in March of 2012. So there's 11 episodes.
Have you watched that? Is this like 50 episodes including that? So that I guess it's like
So it
60
was
episodes
the
technically
technically it's about like 61 cuz the 50
altogether.
episode was like the whole main series.
Hmm.
And then like I said cuz it was about let's see cuz it was like 5 years after is when the OVA came out. So
I mean, uh, did they? Does this? Did they just stop? Is that 50 episodes? Do you think that like is the story ends and we got like a full story, or do we kind of like end and just like?
it pretty much felt like it was the end like when I re- from what I can recall cuz like I said, I watched the whole main series
Hmm.
and it kind of felt more or less like uh the end um because you go through it there's certain stuff that happens it seemed like there could have been more but it was one of those things where there could have been more if they wanted to
Yeah,
so I think that's
yeah.
probably what happened with the ova so like all right we kind of like left it open for interpretation to come back so let's go ahead and come back
Okay. Uh, did you play the video game? I took a swing. I took
uh
a swing. I was just seeing if there could be.
uh
He looks like a video game character.
yeah I didn't play this video game but there is one.
I knew it. I knew it'd be a video game.
So it was made by Capcom. It came out in 2007 on the PS2.
What's it called?
It's and so it's called Shijo Saiko no Deshi Kenichi Get Gekito Gekito Ragnarok uh Hachikanako.
That's the whole title?
That's the
Nah,
whole
dude.
title.
There's no way. There's no way.
That's the whole title.
Nobody played that game because like no kid is gonna say all that. Hey mom, I
All
want
that.
a new video game. Want this new video game called. All right, write this down. Write this down. You need to write all of this down just in case. There's no way. That's too long.
Yeah.
That's too
So
long.
that was like its own game on the PS2, but there's another game on the PSP called Sunday versus Magazine Shuketsu uh Kojo Daishikazu. And basically that was just like kind of like think of like Marvel vs. Capcom style. They had a bunch of
Yeah.
different characters, and so there's characters from this anime that were in there as playable
Okay,
characters.
I'm interested in that. You know, they make these emulator where you can like,
Yeah,
that
I
I
would.
wouldn't do.
Yeah,
It's sketchy. I mean, I don't do that because that's
you
probably
gotta VPN your
illegal.
phone, turn back the time on it.
Yeah, you got to jailbreak
You
stuff.
gotta
I
jailbreak
mean,
some stuff.
you don't want to turn your phone into a brick. Forget it. Don't even try it. Don't
Don't
try
even
it.
try. Not worth it.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Um, but yeah, pretty much.
That's the whole
That's
thing.
all the facts. That's the whole thing.
So was this on like Adult Swim or like a
I found it on Crunchyroll a long time ago.
Crunchyroll? So this is I think a Funimation. Did I read that right? Is this like a
I think so.
it's like I
The
think this
studio was what are it? It was TMS Entertainment was the studio.
mhm.
Um,
I really like the way this show is like I could tell by like the kind of like the pen marks and the drawings, the way that it's kind of like it looks. They use a lot of
yeah,
like heavy black and contrast and stuff like that. Kind of
yeah,
feels old school a little bit, but I like the way it's drawn and all the kind of like we didn't see a whole lot of fighting. Only the part where
yeah.
Miyu
Where he
like
gets beaten up.
yeah, well he gets beaten up and then Miyu like takes on
Yeah,
those bullies
yeah. Even
and
hers, it was like very kind of like very quick too. It was only
yeah, it
like
was.
a few scenes.
So, but do we get like later on? Are we gonna get like full on like battles, like boss battles, where it's like
Yeah,
extended stuff, and then he's like
yeah. We'll get
doing
full on
things?
boss battles.
Because we come across these guys, the new the masters
Yeah,
of this dojo. We're all like the mightiest masters, like
yeah,
show up, and the guy that his first master is gonna be this guy who's like glowing, like he just has the glow. I don't know if you ever seen The Last Dragon, but there's Bruce Leroy
Could
gets
be.
the glow and he's got sparks shooting out of his
Yeah.
hands. Dude, that's like the dream right there. Like I want to
Yeah.
be that master, or
Get the aura.
I
Got
want
your
to, yeah,
aura
just like
going.
just a glow, just like
Yeah,
something that just says, "Oh, I don't want to mess with that guy,"
yeah.
like
Just like whenever you walk into a room, everybody knows. It's like, oh,
yeah, like
there he is.
yeah, just like I got lightning or sparks,
Yeah. Super Saiyan 2
I,
to style.
yeah, just like yeah, I walk into a room. I'm at a Christmas party, and then just the glow, like
The glow.
whoa, this is not the kind of that kind of party, Sal. We
Yeah.
ain't. You're bringing the wrong kind of vibe. This is a fighting
Yeah.
vibe. Uh, it's are they gonna have? Okay, no spoilers, Joe Angel. But is the love interest maybe? Is there some sort of story going on between Miyu and Kenichi? Like they seem like is there gonna be a will they won't they kind of thing? Because
Maybe.
or are they just you draw a lady like that, you like draw her the way that she is. Um, that
Oh,
was
man.
wild. Like they you get to the outro and they
Yeah.
have the little drawings and just typical
Yeah.
outro. The
Those are
key signature.
actually they're the covers for the manga.
Okay, so some the
Yeah.
way they're drawn, they like
Yeah.
look hand painted and drawn. But I
Yeah,
was
those are
like,
like if you go get the manga, that's a cover you'll get.
dude, the way they draw Miyu is questionable, concerning.
Very, very fan service.
Yes, I mean like she's supposed to be in high school.
High school.
She's
Yeah.
she's supposed to be like a freshman, I think, or something like that. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I think they're all freshmen.
is this who are what was the name of the creator again? What was his name? The guy who wrote the manga.
Uh Suan Sun Matsuena.
So is he in jail? Is he in jail for these drawings? Like, he should, is this man walking out and about in public
You see
after?
free breathing
Is
air.
it, after these drawings of this freshman? I mean, like, I don't know. I'm just thinking about it in my mind. All right, you know what? Maybe we should guac talk this. Are we ready to chat about
Yeah,
this?
let's guac talk this.
I is this is okay. So with all the sounds, the noises, the you know the way they like, he's extremely like um animated, pun
Yeah,
intended a little bit. He's kind of like a lot, and then the way they draw her and all the coloring and all this, it feels very old school anime. Like when I think of typical shonen, you know, fan servicey, fun show, this is what I think about. This is like uh
it almost seems like nine. It almost seems like Saturday morning cartoon too.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
the
I think so.
coloring, the vibes, like it's very Saturday morning.
Yeah, you throw this on and you're like, this is, let's see what Kenichi is up to. Like,
Yeah.
is he gonna be punching, through brick walls eventually? Maybe. Is it gonna be sometime soon? Probably not.
Can he walk without tripping this week?
Yeah, that's the plot of the next episode is just that. Can you walk?
Kenichi learns how to walk.
And then eventually he's got like papers or lily pads on the pond, and then he can like run
Yeah.
across the lily pad. I hope they have an episode of that, but
Where he goes to
I
Embassy.
yeah, yeah, I want to see that. I want to see Kenichi eventually power up where he's like the rolling ball behind him, and he's able to just
Yeah.
like blast through it.
Blast through
Boom.
it.
Uh, this show is for those people who like the kind of like uh classic feel, like this kind of fun fighting, but it is a kind of a seems like a slow build. It's a slow build. It's not like, fire and explosions, just yet, but I feel like it's gonna get there, and
Yeah.
I'm here for it. Okay, I'm ready for, as we're trying
I'm
to
ready
gain.
for it.
I'm doing pull-ups. Okay, I got this. You can't see it in the frame. I got a pull-up bar over here.
Yeah.
I'm
Right
with
here,
you.
ready to go.
I'm ready to do it, Kenichi. Like, I'm tired of getting bullied.
Which is kind
But
of funny too, because like during the episode, Miyu's all like, the first time he meets her, he's running because he's late, but then she just like stiff arms him out of nowhere.
yeah, and no problem either. She was
Yeah,
just like,
no problem.
he was just in the
Like it,
way, and
yeah. And she was like, "Oh, well, that's what you're supposed to do when somebody's running, when the enemy's running up on you." And he's like, "What are you talking about?"
then they're like late for school, and she's got
Yeah,
a shortcut, and the shortcut is to
yeah.
jump across the river,
River,
like
yeah.
a good, I don't know, maybe
You're
80
like,
feet, an 80-foot
yeah,
jump.
80 foot jump, nothing.
Yeah, and he didn't even make it halfway down.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, she is no joke, bro. Like, don't mess with this girl.
Don't mess with this girl. Yeah, because even toward at the end too, where she fights the thugs,
Mm-hmm.
it's like both times she thanked him for saving her, and he's just like, what are you talking
I don't
about?"
think
Yeah,
I was at first. I thought that this was
yeah,
gonna go a different way because I was like, okay, well, is she gonna just kind of use him, like, so no one's gonna believe that she's beating everybody up and he's
yeah.
gonna be there every time? And so what I my the story in my mind was like, oh, she's gonna continue to beat up people,
He's
and
her
she'll be,
scapegoat.
yeah, and she's gonna be like,
Yeah,
it wasn't me, it was him, and he's the
yeah,
mightiest warrior.
yeah.
But come to find out, I guess he is actually gonna level up. But until then, she's gonna be his bodyguard, you know.
Pretty much.
But I thought it was fun. Like, I thought it was not not bad. I didn't mind, like, I watched it in the dub. Did you watch it in the dub? Did you dub
Yeah,
it up when did you watch it in the sub when you all the way through, or did you watch it through the dub all the way through back
I
when
watched it in the sub all the way through.
the first time? Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
so yeah, it's
like, I
not
don't,
bad. The dub's not
yeah,
bad. So
it doesn't, like, I don't feel like
yeah.
I was like there was any kind of weird translating, or like it
I mean,
was
for the like for the style of it, back in that day, the dub was pretty much kind of like of that time. Like it seems like all right, yeah, that fits the dub of that timeline of that time frame in the anime.
Yeah. Well, like I felt like the dialogue was fine. Like I didn't have anything to say about like, some of the stuff, some of the conversation they sometimes we watch some of these animes and I'm watching it in dub most of the time, but like, some of the translation it just doesn't fit.
Doesn't
I'm
fit
like,
right.
or it just doesn't like I'm like nobody talks like that. Like nobody says these kind of things. But this feels, a little bit more it feels a little right. Like I'm like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
You got an actual person writing the script versus Chat GBT.
yeah, that's why I knew this was like early 2000s. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, somebody had a pen and pencil, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no like Clippy was the only thing you had down there, a little paper
Yeah.
clip down in the
A
corner.
little paperclip.
That's it. And all he knew how to
And
do was just like auto correct or
yeah.
just tell you. He would just tell you spelt it
Yeah.
wrong. He ain't
Yeah.
even gonna
Oh,
fix it.
that
He's just
looks
like,
wrong.
that's wrong.
Hey,
He just tell
would you like to save this file right now?
yeah, that's all Clippy was doing. Now Clippy's like, you know what? I got this, fam. That's what Clippy is.
I
I
got
got
this.
this, fam.
Yeah.
You
I
trying to write
got
a
this,
paper?
fam.
You trying to write a new anime? What's
I
it
got you.
about? Don't
Two
even
piece,
just
I got you.
two piece, yeah. Starring Josan and Saltaku. But let me go ahead and give this a ranking. I think I watched something, I listened to one of our podcasts just recently, and I think we watched it all the way through and then I watched it all the way through and we didn't even do a ranking for it. I don't know what happened there. But
Oh no.
I can't remember what it was. Uh,
Watamote? No. What's it? Wakaka?
well, Waka
Waka Waka?
Waka
Was it
Waka, I
Waka
think it
Waka?
was. It may have been. It may have been. Let's see here. 1 to 13
Self help
uh
books.
self-help books. How many am I reading? Am I gonna read 1 to 13? I'd probably continue to watch this. I'd probably put this at like 10 out of 13. You math doctors out there can figure out what the percentage of that is, but
Yeah.
said, like it does a lot of good things for me. Like it seems fun. It seems, um pretty easy to kind of catch up to. There's nothing like really crazy about it. So,
Nah.
I mean, you
But
watched
that's
the show. So what do you think? Are you recommending this show to people? Would you recommend that I continue to watch it?
yeah, like I said, it's pretty like I said, it's straightforward anime. It's got all the it hits all the check marks, got all the stuff. Got the bullies, got the big bad that comes in.
Mm-hmm,
See
mm-hmm,
Kenichi,
mm-hmm. Guitar
Lola,
solos.
guitar
Mm-hmm.
solos. So I would give this about I would be about a 10, 10 out of 13 as well.
Okay,
Like I said,
okay.
it is up there. Like I said, there's nothing really bad about it, like
If
storyline
I
wise or anything.
if I mentioned this to somebody, would they be like, "Oh yeah, I know what that is"? Is this like a pretty like well-known, popular kind of anime or
Hey, maybe
middle of the pack maybe?
kind of like middle of the pack because I talked to my bro Caleb about it, and I think he had heard about it, but he didn't really like watch it,
Okay.
and so
Yeah. Well, I might just do it, though I'm running out of space. Like like I'm running out of mind space, Joey.
my
Like
mind space.
I got all my shows because I actually am watching anime right
Yeah.
now. Uh we're in, what is
TiVo's
this?
starting to fill up right now.
Yeah, my mind TiVo. Like you just I'm watching stuff and then I'm like I have to go back and then I'm watching like I have to pick up a show and I'm like, oh gosh, like these are running into each other,
Yeah.
and I don't know if I've already watched this episode, so I'll have to watch a
Can't
whole
remember what
like,
happened on this one or
yeah, yeah. Who's that? What's his
yeah.
name? Is that Michael Jackson? I don't know. Like I can't remember anything. Okay.
Anything. Oh man. But what you can't remember is this podcast, which is two friends showing anime to each other and learning to love and watch it together, guys. And we have come to the end of Gainsbury, guys, with Kenichi. But that doesn't mean that we're gonna stop because we're not gonna
N-
stop. We never
n-
stop. We just getting started.
Dad, I told
We
you. I mean, they put a
tell
stop to P. Diddy, but they ain't gonna put a stop
yeah.
to us, okay?
We're like
Well,
we're
actually,
like TikTok, baby. They try to stop us,
yeah,
but we can't. We came back
we came back. You can't. The algorithm. I have it baked inside my heart right here. Just here
in
to
the
here.
heart.
Just
Here to here, guys. And speaking of here, you can find us here at our website, anime-me.com, where you can find a list of all our episodes. You can find the links to all our socials, and where you can buy your own Anime Me Pod shirt, guys. Because we want you to look drippy while you're getting them gains the rest of the year.
look like look Kansas, bro. Okay, you can look so
Look, Kansas,
Kansas.
guys. So, Kansas. Oh, so Kansas, guys. And with that, I've been joined with my co host Sal, and we will see you on the next one. Liz.
Peace.
これはアニメミーでした。これから帰国の旅を始めます。ご清聴ありがとうございました。
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I need to shave, but I got deodorant on, so we
Yeah.
halfway there. We
We
halfway there.
halfway there. Yeah. It's it was a crazy day today.
I know.
I
I know.
I ended up being the only one working technically.
Oh, snap.
It's like, bro.
Yeah. Yesterday was crazy for me, so I was like, dang it,
Yeah.
dude. Like, and
Well,
then, yeah, it's a crazy week.
yeah. Like I said, if it was just off, it would have been good. But it's like I said, it was half day off for me because my work day is gonna be Friday. So it's
Hmm.
like
I know.
don't be important, kids. If you ever get a job, you don't want to be important.
Yeah, you don't want responsibilities, okay? That's just
You want to be just good enough to where they won't ask you to do stuff, but you won't get fired. You
I
want to be
mean,
like low, middle, top end. That's where you want to be.
yeah. Like they get your name wrong half the time. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like, is it Jonjel? Jonjel.
Jonjo,
Joan? Can I call you Joan?
Joe.
Jonjel? But once again, the world's trying to take us out, and we can't be taken out, Joe
We
Angel.
can't be taken out.
We can't. We don't die. We multiply, baby.
We multiply, baby. We like roaches.
We like roaches. You know what I'm saying? Like having kids,
Having
scared of
kids.
the light. Gross.
Try to get everything thrown at us, and they still can't get rid of us.
They can't do it.
Can't do it.
Okay,
All right.
let's see here. What do you want to start with?
Kenichi.
Okay,
Okay.
let's see
Let's
here.
see here.
What was that show about? All right, I think I got it.
Think we got it.
I think I do. uh, let's see here. Hey, by the way, real quick, my brother had said
Yeah.
that he talked about your audio clipping, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. I don't know. It's like my internet connection on these last two, or when we
Yeah,
last recorded.
it was a
I don't know if
little
it was. Yeah, it was weird.
coming in a
I
little
don't know.
hot, like a little like staticky or something like that, or I don't know.
Yeah, it was like there were some parts where it would like break
Yeah.
and stuff, and so
Okay. Yeah. As long yeah, you know it. It's cool.
yeah, it's cool. It's cool. They get the point.
They, like just put the captions on, right?
Just put the
Does
captions on. Yeah, everybody got captions,
actually even if they're made up, you know what I'm saying? Like
even if they're made up. It's like everything. Words are made up anyway, so
Kids are making up words every day, bro. Okay.
Making up words every day.
Skibbity toilet. Skibbity
Skibbity
Ohio.
toilet. Ohio.
Riz. Sus.
Riz.
I
Kansas.
haven't.
I don't know what that
I,
means. Just make up
I
our.
think you made that up right now. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I just made that up.
just another state. And hey,
Just
that's
another.
Kansas,
Hey,
bro.
that's
That's
Kansas, bro.
hey, I'm gonna start
Hey,
using that. That's actually that
that's
actually
Kansas.
doesn't. You know, like hey, that's Kansas, bro.
That's
And you don't know
Kansas,
if that's
bro.
good or bad. I mean, who
Yeah.
knows? You
Just
can
depend on
say
the
it for
context.
yeah, contextually. Yo, that
Yeah.
hey.
Hey, yo, that's Kansas.
Have you seen have you seen the latest episodes of Solo Leveling, bro? Kansas, bro.
Kansas,
That's
bro.
that's all I gotta say.
All I gotta say. I will say my only issue is if they would swap the ending and the intro, it would be good.
The
The
I
songs,
hadn't thought about it.
because
Yeah,
the end of the song sounds more like intro,
the hype. Yeah,
and the intro that intro song sounds more like an outro.
you know, I don't know if I've paid it. I need to pay a little bit more attention. I'm gonna go back. Actually, I don't. I'm not caught up, so I do have the next episode to watch.
Yeah, yeah,
So I'm gonna watch and listen.
yeah. Watch and listen. Collaborator, listen.